All right, good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Spotlight here on the WBGR network. I'm your host, Lionel Green, and as usual, we always have somebody exciting, somebody new, someone who can inspire you to do better in your own life through his music. Our guest today is Tyscot, national recording artist, Sherwin Gardner. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. I'm good. Good to be on the inside with you, man.
Hey, man, good for you to be here. All the way from Antigua.
Yep.
All the way from Antigua. Let me tell you, this brother's doing some big things with Tyscot. I know you can see who's in the studio with him. His publicist is one of the best publicists or the most well-known publicists here in the metropolitan area, and I'm sure around the world as well. Mr. Bill Carpenter, welcome, man. Thanks for coming in. And his manager is a very good friend, been knowing her for years. I can't see her. You can probably see her phone in the shot. But look that way. There's the camera. This is Apostle Vero Howard. Welcome to the studio. So we want to thank y'all for coming here today. I know you got a busy schedule. You've already hit some of the major spots here in the metropolitan area. Mm-hmm. And I want to thank you for coming here to WBGR, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Hey, man. So tell us what you got going on.
Man, it's been a lot. For those who don't know who Sherwin Gardner is, I'm originally from Trinidad and Tobago, but I live in Antigua and Barbuda. I'm the worship minister at St. John's Pentecostal. Okay. My pastor is Apostle Stephen Andrews. And I've been singing for quite some time. I've been singing since I was 5 years old. Okay. I started singing on stage. Yeah. And then as a teenager, I kind of moved into more Caribbean gospel music. So I was doing more reggae, soca, dancehall stuff. Then I got signed to Lion of Zion. Okay. That's with Christ the Farai in 2001. And things started to build and to grow there. So I would have been one of the household names for Caribbean gospel. Okay. Still is, because still some people still view me as a Caribbean, the Caribbean gospel artist. So, in 2004 is when I really started to transition. So if a lot of my albums, even though they were Caribbean, you still had a flavor of America and praise and worship. Yeah. And God just told me this wasn't the right time, so he kind of shut it down. And in 2015, I started something in Antigua and Barbuda. It's a really big festival called Gospel Fest. All right. Antigua and Barbuda. We do it every year. Mm-hmm. And that year, I brought my mom in, and I got a chance to sit down and talk to her about my testimony or her testimony of my birth. So she explained first everything that really, really happened, because sometimes you hear your parents talk about your birth, but you don't really understand it. So what happened, she was really sick, and the doctors didn't know what it is, so they gave her something called a barrier meal, where she had to drink this liquid. And when she drank the liquid, they do an x-ray so you can see what the problem was. And at that time when she did all of this, she didn't know she was 20 weeks pregnant. Wow. So when they found out, because of the radiation and because of all the tests that she did, they said that she had to abort the baby because I'd either be crippled, deformed, or I wouldn't live. Yeah. So she chose not to listen to the doctors, but to really pray and ask God to be able to let his hand be upon my life. Okay. And since then, from 5 years old straight up, I've been singing gospel. So I took that situation, and on January 1st of 2016, I really made the commitment to do praise and worship. Oh, wow. So I wrote this song called Greater, and also I wrote this song, Because of You, which is the single, based on that testimony. So when the song says, I live because of you, I walk because of you, I breathe because of you, it's really from that testimony, And then April 16th, 2016, I did the live recording. I brought in Tyscot, and Willie Moore Jr. came in. Also, Todd Delaney was there. And I shortly after, I got signed to Tyscot Records. So the first single off of the the album is Because of You.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm really blessed that it's a true situation. So when you hear the song, when you hear the lyrics, it's really from the heart. It's really from something that is pure, you know, because the song even says, they said that I would die. They told me I won't survive, but you said I shall not die. You said I'd survive, you know. So it's straight out of that testimony, and you know, it's been really blessing people.
Well, man, let me tell you, man, talking about surviving, Tyscot has survived the industry for years, and now they seem like they got the beast artists.
Yes.
Everybody is migrating to Tyscot with Dr. Scott over there. So you're in a great lineup of artists, and you just add another great notch under them with your music, man. So, you know, we wish you all the best in what you're doing.
Thank you.
You're going on tour soon, right?
Well, right now we're doing press,
Okay.
and definitely I have a few tours coming up because I have I'm doing an entire Caribbean tour. It's called the Greater Tour. It's based off the album. You know, I'm kind of doing that rebrand, so everybody know me as soca reggae. So this tour really is to showcase the new step that I've taken for gospel. You know, I had Tiff Joy from Tyscot with me at the launch, and it was tremendous, man. She's powerful. Really enjoy her ministry. She's gonna be heading to Barbados and St. Vincent with us as well. And Integrity Music, Noel Robinson out of the UK. He's gonna be on some of the stops as well. So as well as me being in the US doing tours in the US as well. It's just spreading the gospel and spreading the worship with a little touch of the Caribbean as well. You know,
well,
so
it definitely seems like God has assembled you with a dream team of artists that surround you, your management, your publicists. I mean, you just got. I mean, I if you don't know, you got people who dealt with some of the top artists in the history of music,
right?
In all sectors of music. So to have Apostle Howard and Bill on your team is amazing.
Funny enough, some years ago when I first met Apostle Howard, I think Dietrich was on Tyscot at that time, you know, and she was telling me about it and stuff like that, but I was doing more Caribbean stuff, you know, and I said to myself, one day, you know, maybe I would be on this label, and that was the label that I ended up being on like about 15 years later, you know, because I've been working with her since 2002, so it's been quite some time, you know. It's been quite some time we've been doing this. We've been all over the world. We've been to Africa, we've been to Central America, throughout the US, you know. So God has done some major things for my ministry with regards to when I was doing reggae and soca, you know, and now I just see like I'm getting like a not even a double, but like a triple portion of His grace, you know. So I just really grateful to God for what He's done.
Yeah, and what's crazy, man, when it comes to Stella Awards, with all that history you have in the industry, they're gonna put you in a new artist category.
Of course, you know? I understand that.
Just accept everything God is doing in your life. Continue to recognize that it's Him that's doing it. Remain humble.
Definitely.
You know, God has a lot more in store for you. You know,
definitely.
To be able to travel some of the places that you've already traveled to, and now to have a powerhouse team behind you to revisit those places. You know, God's going to use you to bring a lot of people closer to the kingdom.
Definitely. Thank you, man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. So we want to hear the single. Go ahead and tell us what the single is. And
it's called Because of You. And I know it's definitely going to be a blessing to someone out there. You have a dream, you have a goal, you have a vision, and people probably told you that, hey, you it's not possible. It's not going to happen for you. But God is saying that you shall live. Your dream shall live. Yeah. You know, so just put your trust in Him, and He will definitely make a way.
That's what's up. So I just want to let people know on Facebook, if you're watching, the artist is here in the studio. We're going to play his music. Don't shut us down. But here it is. It's Sherwin Gardner with Because of You here on WBGR.
Do you take call-ins?
Yes, we do.
Oh, let me let them know.
because of you. I owe everything to you. I sing because of you. Do everything because of you. I lift my hands because of you. I owe everything to you. Sing because of you. Oh, I walk, Lord, because of you. Breathe, I breathe, yeah, because of you. I owe everything to you. Sing, I sing, yeah, because of you. Doing everything, yeah, because of you. Lift my hands because of you. Oh, I owe everything. And everybody say I live because of you, yeah. Walk because of you. Breathe because of you. I owe everything. Sing, I sing, yeah. Lord, I do everything because lift my hands. Shout and praise it right now. Say I live, yeah. I live because of you. Walk because of you. Breathe because of you. I owe everything. I sing it. Lord, I do everything, yeah. Lift my hands. Listen, they said that I would die. They told me I won't survive. You said I shall not die. You said I'd survive. They said that I would die. They told me I won't survive. But you said I shall not die. You said I'd survive. Hey, said I would die. They told me I won't survive. But you said I shall not die. Hey, you said I'd survive. Yeah, said I would die. They cut me out. They told me I won't survive. They turned their backs. You said I shall not survive. But you said, Lord, you said I'd survive. Say, you said that I would die. They told me I won't survive. You said I shall not die. Oh, you because of your grace, I'm still alive. Because of your grace, I'm still alive. All because of you. Because of you, Lord. Somebody jump to your feet, raise your hands, say, they said that I would die. They told me I won't survive, but you said, you said it, Lord, you said, oh, I'd survive. You said 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 I'd survive.
All right, that was Sherwin Gardner with "Because of You" here on WBGR. But guess what? We're live here in the studio. So Sherwin, man, I mean, you tell a little testimony about that, man. That's an amazing song. I'm sure it's going to touch people around the world. It probably already is. What else you got, man? What else do you like that's on your project? Do you think is going to touch the world?
Man, there's so many.
Yeah.
If I had to choose one, definitely the title track "Greater."
Yeah.
You know, because it speaks to God really bringing you out of one season into a different one, and that's where I am right now. You know, even the transition to get to the US, we started this process since early 2016.
Wow.
And I'm here in the middle of 2017, you know what I mean? But God took care of things and everything just worked out, you know what I mean? So, I would say Greater would be one of the songs that's really close to my heart right
So
now.
let me ask you this, man. You know, since the praise and worship era has come up with music, it seems like everybody's doing it. You know, what do you feel separates what God has given you to touch people than, you know, Fred, Kirk, any of them?
Right.
That because a lot of the praise and worship is starting to sound the same.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It
So
is.
beyond the emotional part of it.
Yeah, musically it sounds very, very similar.
Yeah.
I think one of the good things I have is the influence of the Caribbean.
Okay.
Even as you hear me speak, I'm not speaking like you guys. You could hear the accent.
Exactly.
I can't.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's difference in terms of context, and then the experiences. A lot of the songs that I write is based on true life experiences, things that that happen. Like there's a song there that a lot
Not
of
to
people.
cut you off, but isn't everybody's songs on
Not
true
always.
experiences?
I don't think so.
So what are you saying? They're writing songs to do what?
I think that some people write a lot of emotional songs.
Yeah,
just
just
to
to touch.
just to touch people's
Just to
emotion.
touch people that they're not even living.
So
So
you know.
once again,
Oh, this getting good.
what's
now.
the difference in what Sherwin is bringing? I mean, you seem to be a very humble dude,
Right.
But I know some very humble dudes in my face, but behind doors,
Exactly.
Say
I'm
it.
like, whoa.
Yeah, who's this
You
person?
know, yeah, but
yeah.
you know, so you can't be in my space because what you giving the people and what you
Right.
giving me is two different things. So I just need to know, you know, we want people to support you. So do you want, you know, I had one artist tell me, man, I don't listen to secular music. You know, I said, so how did you get Jay-Z's beats then?
Wow.
You know what I mean? So if you don't listen to it,
Maybe because he didn't listen to secular
nah,
music.
that ain't that. But you can't believe that. Yeah, you can't believe that. You know, because there's nothing wrong with listening to secular.
Right.
You know what I mean? When God put us down here to live by man's rules and regulations.
Right.
I just need to know God is using you. Now I don't care if you murderer, a child molester, whatever. God will use anybody to get to somebody.
Right.
But what are you living that I can allow you to put your hands on me, to put your hands on
Right.
my wife, to put your hands on my kids?
And that's a great thing that you say, because one of the things with me, I understand that the ultimate goal is to make it to heaven.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So minus the voice, if tomorrow I lose my voice,
Yeah.
I'm still going to hold on and trust in Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm still going to live for God based on the fact that for me, it's all about going to heaven.
Yeah.
Now, the added gift is what he's given me to use to get people to do the same thing that I want to do,
Yeah.
and that's to make it to heaven.
Yeah.
You see, once you understand that and you have a good team, a good backing, good covering, you know, because a lot of people singing, they have no pastors, they have no church, they have
Yeah.
no foundation. You know what I mean? So for me, it's when you see me, you're just seeing me,
Yeah, I'm
but
just
you
seeing
don't know the team behind,
Exactly.
the people who's
Yeah,
praying,
yeah,
and the struggles that get me to the point that I'm at, that I could say, hey God, tomorrow I lose my voice, I'm still gonna say that you are my King, you are my Lord.
Yeah.
You know, I had a lot of opportunities to go over into the world, because in the Caribbean, soca music is
It's
big.
huge. Yeah, it's
Dancehall
huge.
music is big,
Yeah.
and a lot of times a lot of people is like, yo, dude, why,
why
you don't-
won't you?
Why? Because what would it profit me to gain this world and then lose my soul? See,
So you
the
think
goal
so do
is
you
to
think
go to heaven.
The goal is to go to heaven. So
Yeah.
by saying that, do you think all R&B singers are going to hell?
No, I don't. But for me personally, I want to be identified as one of the guys who trusted God throughout his entire life, without having to get any influence or going out into the world and then coming back to the church or
Cool,
anything like
cool.
that. That's my conviction. So I just want to be one of those
There you go.
who could let some other young person in the Caribbean realize that you are borderless. Not because you come from a little small town that
Yeah.
people say nothing good could come from,
Yeah.
means that you're not gonna make something or be something with yourself. Once you trust God, you can do it.
So let's talk. You said you lose your voice. Let's talk about the voice real quick. the gospel, to me, the gospel industry has been watered down so much vocally.
Right.
That is praise and worship that they wanted to sound like the Christian market.
Right.
You know, when Fred did the praise and worship with the Pages of Life,
Yeah.
he still has some soul to it.
Right.
Like Marvin Winans can't stand praise and worship music. He's like, y'all can't sing. You know, he don't put me up against that because I'm not doing that. It takes no effort to sing.
Right.
So has this always been you, the praise and worship? Did you ever do any soul? You know, we got the music that we feel, you know, like Rance Allen, he on your label.
Right.
You know, you feel Rance, you know.
Yeah. Well, how to put it? If you know Caribbean music, if you ever listen to like Bob Marley,
exactly, that's where you at.
There's some deep soul within it. There's a passion that comes with it.
And his is pretty laid back, but it's really deep soul.
Yeah.
So I hear that in you,
right?
But I'm talking about just the praise and worship. I'm not talking about you.
Right.
I'm talking about the praise and worship, just what we're hearing every day. You know, I mean, what is your feeling on that? What do you know, vocally? Is it? Are these artists touching you? Does it sound like this?
Not everyone.
Okay. Yeah.
Not everyone.
Yeah, you gotta tell the truth, man.
We to be honest with you, there's some song. To be like really, really honest, there's some songs that really hit you.
Yeah.
I like you know, if I have to call a song that lyrically I would say would live for a very long time would be Made Away from Travis Green.
I was just thinking that.
All right, because more than just a melody.
Yeah.
It's within my age bracket, the way it is written, like what he says, and also it just have a lot of meaning to it.
It does.
You understand? So it takes you from one part and then it goes to You Move Mountains. So I can see the whole picture of the song.
Yeah.
And there's just some songs that just you know.
What about the new gospel rap, man? There's the stuff that you can't understand what they're saying.
Well, I don't listen gospel rap, so I wouldn't be able to. I just it's not something that I really like, you know what I mean? Cool. So or follow, you know. I guess everybody have their own taste, you know what I mean? So I enjoy Caribbean music.
Yeah.
As well. I hear some real good new stuff coming out of the islands that is really tight, you know, but they don't get exposure like the American market, you know. So for me, it's only two things I'd listen to is either Caribbean gospel or certain worship material.
Who's your favorite artist?
I don't have a favorite artist.
Wow.
I don't.
What American artists do you respect?
Kurt Franklin, Fred Hammond, Israel. Yeah, that's I think that's about it there. Everybody else, you know, I'm learning, you know, because a lot of the new music, a lot of the music now are from new artists, you know. Like
and it's hard to remember them.
Yeah,
but I'm with you. I can remember Travis Green.
Right.
Because of his lyrical content.
Lyrics.
You know,
right. And even I don't know if you heard his new single.
No.
His new single, when you listen, I can tell that this guy, he's somewhere. He understands what he's doing with regards to his lyrical content, you know. Anthony Brown, Group Therapy, lyrics, you know what I mean? Songs that really hit you like that. Even Brian Courtney Wilson. You know, so there's some people who really have some strong songs, you know, that really hit you and you can say, yeah, I could remember this. And then there's some songs, you hear it and you...
Last time you don't even know what or remember, you know.
Well, I'm definitely gonna add you to that list of Travis Green, you know, Marvin Winans, Fred Hammond, you know, Dietrich Haddon, you know, all of these artists that come with the lyrical content,
right?
And not just for the gain of getting it played, on the radio.
The key thing that you said, one of the things that I never ever do is write for the radio, man. I've never written a song for the radio because I've written all my songs I write is to win souls.
Yeah, they gotta be evergreen.
Yeah, so it's just like
shouldn't have to be played out after 90 days.
You're right.
A real gospel song.
Exactly.
It's like you can play it today, or The Question Is, I Still Love It by the Winans. You know,
right.
One of the first songs they released. It's still one of my favorite songs, just because that lyrical content.
Right, and
You know
even
what I
like
mean?
songs like "Well Done" from Detroit,
Exactly.
that lives
Yeah.
forever. You know?
I ministered on that yesterday, man. Just listen. I think I played it like 5 times in a row because it just touches you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. So we have to really get you to see that some of these other artists and gospel radio really pisses me off because of they're trying to play the stuff to hang with the R&B music, and it's like, what is this? Right. You know, I'll be in my house about to curse my kids. I'm like, who changed the radio station? And not me. And then I look at it and like, oh, okay, it's 104 Praise. You know what I mean? So keep doing it the way you doing it, writing from the heart. You know, like you said, the music is going to sound the same for the most part. Right. But it's that lyrical content.
Yeah,
what you bring
that's
to the
important.
table. Yep. You're very humble. You need to stay that way because that's how people are going to, if they can touch you and connect with you, man, even if you're not doing it for the money's going to come. You know, and do understand this is a business. So right. You need that money to come. You got some good soldiers in your corner, bro. That people would do anything for to have Bill pushing their record. Right. To have Apostle Vero Howard pushing their record, booking them, getting them places. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I really bless God for the team, man. Down to Pastor Bryant and the team. They've been really behind the record and patient. Exactly. Know, because even to sign a Caribbean artist is a little bit different because then you have to do paperwork for me to get here. You know what I mean? So that patience, you know, I really bless God that they had the patience and now I'm here. And there's some great work to be done, man.
Yeah, well, being here, man, I would like you to consider WBGR as part of your home. You know, my like I said, my mother-in-law, my wife's family's from there. And their accents are so strong. All I keep saying is, I don't care what they
beautiful.
say.
Yeah.
So you family, bruh. So,
yeah, man, definitely.
Come through whenever you in town. You need us to come cover what you're doing because this is the social media world. You have to do it a little bit different the way it's normally done. You know, WBGR will come out there and put you on blast. You know what
beautiful.
I mean? We got 300,000 plus people watching and listening. We will put you on blast for the world.
Well, I hope you're ready. You know, I'm
ready, bro.
You give me the invitation.
Yeah, I'm ready. I got a group of soldiers that
these guys know once they ask for something, it's it's done. You know,
we'll consider it done, man. I want to thank you for coming to WBGR.
Thank you.
I wish you all the success on everything else that you're doing. That God continues to keep His hand on you, your team, and your music because you know God enjoys music. He loves it.
Yes.
You know what I mean, so keep entertaining Him. You know, know that you do have to entertain as well. Don't just sit up there and say you just minister. No, there's a little bit of entertainment involved.
Yeah.
You know,
you got to catch people's attention for them to be able to hear the message. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again, Bill. Thank you for bringing them, Vero. Thank you for bringing them. Thank y'all for being here. You know,
thank you.
This is major. They get both of these people in the room at the same time. This is major. So, you've been listening to Spotlight here on WBGR with me, Lionel Green. And I'll see you again on Friday. God bless you.
God bless you.